Well, I guess the president watches a lot of TV, and he believes that that's where he's going to win the case. He's going to win it on television. He doesn't really care about the law. And the very fact that this is being squeezed into these 2 days so that, as Neil Katyal said, in the dark of night, they want to hear this stuff, deprives the American people of what they need. You know, they used to say justice delayed is justice denied. Justice compressed can be justice destroyed.
Do you think that's because you're saying that, and as we mentioned, you've been involved in this process. Do you think that Senate Democrats should start trying to whip the moderate senators on the Republican side who claim, some of them claim they want time, they might want witnesses, to actually reject this tomorrow? I mean, what I'm starting to hear from you and other experts is this is a big deal, the way that it's been being potentially compressed by McConnell.
I think maybe reminding those moderate senators of the moment that they took the oath to do impartial justice would be more effective than any whip I can think of. They might someday finally realize that they will be judged through history and by their own kids and their grandkids, by whether they go along with the McConnell cover-up or whether they put on the brakes and insist on a real trial. That's what we ought to have.
We've been talking about lawyers, famous lawyers, eminent lawyers, experienced ones. Can't ask for much more than Lawrence Tribe and Andrew Weissman for insights on a night like this. I thank you both. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.